Okay, tonight we're going to look at a 1950s insurance map of the ACF-Brill Motors Company on Woodland Avenue in Philadelphia. This is the Woodland Avenue plant. It shows all the buildings when they were built, the dimensions on it, what the building is made out of. At the top, we have the B&O railroad tracks going up underneath of Woodland Avenue. At the top, we have Woodland Avenue running along. And then 62nd Street runs down the left side. Pennsylvania Railroad tracks. Now, the buildings that were built originally are number 1, number 2, number 3, like that. These were they built the trolley cars originally. You'll notice a stack in the middle of this building here, and the water tank is up here, and that helps you to orient yourself. I took a brochure from the ACF-Brill bus sales and blew it up and then put all the numbers on it so you can see what's what as you're going around. The front gate was right there at building number 4 on Woodland Avenue. Office buildings were 33, 34, 17, 17A. There was an auditorium there, I believe. Other construction buildings, building 1 and 2 was where they originally built the streetcars. And it's interesting that they never had assembly lines until 1950, 51. Before that, they would just pull a trolley out in the middle of the floor or a bus and just assemble everything in place. We're going to see the floor of Building 15, and Building 52 is still there, what's left of it. There was a bad fire in 1965. The framework is still there, concrete reinforced steel. And other buildings, number 40 is a huge assembly line building. When you see L cars, things like that all lined up, or buses all lined up, that's where it was. 46 was added later. Building 40 and some of the other buildings we're looking at were built around 1910, 1905, somewhere's in there. Up at the top, backing onto Woodland Avenue, is 23, 36, and 38. And they are still there. You see those peaks on the roof? That's your telltale sign. Now, Building 59 was built in 1945. That was torn down. The other buildings, 23, 36, 38, are still there. The water tower's gone. Other stuff over here. The building... The land was subdivided, so the foundation of Building 40 and 46 are cut off. You'll see that later on. The buildings are also interesting because on the map, they have elevations. So you can see this is Building 15, and it tells what it was used for. The second floor was storage of office materials in wooden patterns, and they painted the buses downstairs. Over in Building 52, upstairs was the drafting room. Down below that was the final assembly. In 15, they were painting the buses. Then they do the touch-ups over here and final inspections. Up here with these buildings with the peaks I was talking about before, 23, 36, 38. What they were used for is sheet metal shops, jigs, fixtures, and then the template shop was next door there. Okay, and here's a picture of Building 52 back before the fire, and it was had a lot of doors on it, so the buses or trolleys could run out right through there. Now I went down there 19 Around 1973, this was what was left of Building 52. Just a skeleton. It's still there today. It's pretty well worn now. Okay, this is looking up at the roofs with the peaks on it, back onto Woodland Avenue. And where my car is parked was Building 46. The black area between the car and the buildings there, you see, is the asphalt patch of Building 40. These are very long buildings for assembly. This is standing in Building 15, the floor, looking into 52. They had a common wall. There's a trolley track runs through. There might have been several there, I can't remember. When you got into the bottom of Building 52, there was a pit between the rails, so you could work on the bottom of a trolley or work on the bottom of a bus. This now is covered with some kind of storage buildings, I believe. There's another shot of the what's left of 52. That's in 1973. And this is looking across the tracks at the Brill Tower, which is still there. I don't think it's used anymore, but that was there in the 70s being used. If you go down to, if you look at the maps and you're down there, overhead view, you'll see a patch of, these are the buildings backing onto Woodland Avenue, 23, 36, 38. They were all built in the early 1900s. And next to it out here is a patch. You can see a bus parked on it. That patch is the floor, what's left of it, of Building 40. Next to it's a concrete patch that's overgrown now. That was Building 46. And these went out all the way to the B&O track. It was a very long building for assembly. And that ground was subdivided. And so that was torn up for other purposes they had there. But you can still, when you're out there, you can see the foundations still there. I mean, it's fenced in. The floor area there. And looking again, Building 4 was the guard station, and the gate was there, and then behind that was a locker room for the workers to come in. And in 1940, this is what the gate looked like. And it says the ACF-Brill Company, ACF Motors Company. And they were both owned by the ACF Corporation, American Car and Foundry, but they were separate sub-companies from them. In 1945, I think it was, American Car and Foundry joined these two together to make a new company, and they only owned it for a short while. Then they sold it to Consolidated Vultee, and that's when it became the ACF-Brill Company.